It's based on the ancient art of acupuncture. Now, it's like acupuncture that's emotional acupuncture without the needles. And it's like a gentle tapping technique where you verbalize the core issue that's going on with you and tap on certain meridians on the body, which we will describe later, that allows the unblocking of the energy flow that may have been disrupted by emotions such as anger, pain, sadness, all sorts of emotions that do get in the way of the body healing itself.
It's very, very fast. That's the #1 technique that I use in the clinic because it's fast enough to get a very rapid clearing, and the results are usually long-lasting, if not permanent.
Well, a good friend of mine got prostate cancer, was diagnosed with it, and the first thing I did was I taught him emotional freedom techniques. And he had a very fractured childhood, and I taught him to deal with the emotional component of that because I knew that just working externally with the medical approach, he was like somebody fighting the fire by pouring water on the smoke, not on the flames. And so the first thing to do is look at the emotional roots of disease. Again, from this massive Kaiser permanente study, we know that disease has strong correlations with these early emotional factors. So what are your early emotional wounds? And then what's triggering them right now? It could be your job, could be your wife, could be your husband, could be your partner, could be somebody outside of you triggering you right now. And what you'll see is as you heal those things, you will no longer be producing the stress response that you were before. You know you're being healed emotionally when that same person says the same obnoxious thing to you that used to trigger you before, and you're perfectly calm. You're no longer going into fight or flight, producing cortisol and doing all those things to your body biochemically that are the result of that. So the first thing to do is to take care of your emotional health, your spiritual health, your stress levels. Get those down, whatever it takes to do that. And again, energy psychology and energy medicine have some fabulous tools to help you reduce these things. And it's well worth checking into them. And even if it has no effect on the physical course of disease, if you just live a stress-free life, that by itself has huge health benefits.
The stress because there's disease in the body, the stress because they're not dealing with getting old gracefully, the stress of losing virility. EFT addresses stress. It's just so wonderful, again, for getting rid of, no, not getting rid of, reframing the way we think about things. See, everything just is. So the fact is, if the body is getting older, that's a fact. How we deal with it is entirely in our own hands. And EFT shows people, offers people a way to de-stress, to reframe the way they're thinking about getting older, reframe the way they're thinking about dis-ease that may have manifested in prostate cancer, high blood pressure, many other ways that it can manifest with upsetting the body's natural energy flow. And each individual emotion needs to be worked on until its level has gone down. In other words, if I were to say to you, what kind of anger do you have at your body for letting you down? 0 means no anger. 10 means I got major anger. Well, if it's, say, a 7 or an 8, we would tap, or you would tap, until that goes down to like a 2 or a 1, or hopefully 0. At that point is when you put in the positive. My wonderful body knows how to heal itself. My wonderful body is giving me the message physically to look at my emotions, so that just like that cut that can heal itself on my body if it's clean, this dis-ease can begin to disappear as my physical body goes about its own healing process as I remove the emotions that are contributing to the disease in the body.